Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Christy Van with Vantastic Finances, and on this channel I teach velocity banking. But today I wanted to talk about lines of credit and how a credit card can be linked to a checking account to actually be used as a line of credit. I know a lot of you guys have credit cards out there with the same bank that you have your checking account with. In most cases, that credit card can be linked to your checking account. So what does that mean exactly? Well, when we talk about getting a personal line of credit, that is a line that we can put all of our income into and pull all of our expenses out of, right? So if we're using a credit card, we can only pull our expenses out of a credit card that are chargeable, somewhere we can swipe, like food, restaurants, grocery stores, car insurance, subscriptions, medical bills, anything that can be charged onto a credit card. But when you have a credit card with the same bank that your checking account is with, sometimes they will link it, such as an overdraft protection account would be linked. When you have the link, then you can use the credit card to pay all of your expenses, whether they're chargeable or not. So you can pay your mortgage with a credit card that is linked to your checking account. The idea is to keep the checking account at a zero balance, because the checking account does not serve us, right? So we don't want to leave our money sitting in a checking or a savings account that's not gaining something for us or working for us like it should be. So if you have the link from the checking account to a credit card, while the checking account is sitting at a zero balance, in the event any items come into the checking account, they're going to pull out of the line of credit or credit card to be paid. So this scenario is showing how a credit card linked to a checking account works. I have one, so I know that this is very possible for you as well. In this example, we have LFCU, it's a credit union, and the lady has a credit card with this credit union. The balance on the credit card right now is $11,000. The limit is $12,000, so she is right at the limit. So we can't just charge things on here because there's not enough room to start charging her expenses. But when she gets paid, this is her income of $7,200. She will transfer it all into this credit card because she can pull off of here to pay all of her expenses. So when the $7,200 goes into the line of credit or credit card, the balance comes down to $3,800. Now, she's going to have debts come into this account. So when her mortgage payment, which is $2,400, comes in to be paid, it's going to hit the zero, right? Because she doesn't keep money in her checking because that's a waste. The money's not working for us in a checking account. So if we have debt, we need to be keeping all of our income into a line of credit so that it's working for us, just as this is now working for her because her balance went from $11,000 to $3,800. Well, what does that mean? That means that the interest charge is going to be so much lower because she's not carrying all of that principal throughout the whole month, right? Anytime that we reduce the principal down, we're saving interest and we're putting money back in our pockets instead of giving it away to the banks. So when the mortgage payment comes in and hits this zero balance on the checking account, it doesn't revert back and bounce, as we used to call it. No, it's paid. And how? It comes off of this credit card. And now it pulls from the credit card back into the checking, taking this back down to a zero balance. Same thing for a credit card payment that would come in, $500. There's nothing here. It's going to hit the zero, but then it's going to come over here, grab the $500, wipe this out, pay this bill, back to zero in the checking account. Same thing for any expenses, food, gas, etc., subscriptions, whatever expenses you have. Say it's $1,500 a month. It's going to come into the checking account at the zero balance, pull out from the line of credit, and it's paid again. If you have a student loan, this lady has a student loan at $1,100 a month. That is a whole nother video of how aggravating that is to see student loans this high. But we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about using a credit card as a line of credit. So I'll brush that off and move along. The $1,100 is going to hit the zero checking. Going to transfer over here, pull the money back out, bring this to a zero balance again. Car payment, same thing. Hits the zero balance, comes over to the credit card, pulls it back into the checking, zeroes it out again. And even your car insurance, the $500 hits the zero balance, pulls from the credit card, wipes it out to zero. All of the debts are paid off of the credit card. So $6,890 has come in on this checking, transferred over to this account, been paid for, and now all of these balances sit within this line of credit. So when you add in the mortgage payments, car payments, student loans, etc., at the end of month one, her balance is back up to $10,690. But guess what? In month two, her income is going to go in again here at $7,200, bringing her balance back down to $3,490. That is how a credit card works when it's linked to a checking account. It serves as a line of credit. So I hope that this makes sense to you, because I have a lot of people coming to me that have credit cards already with the bank that they currently bank with, but yet they didn't realize that they could link that credit card to their checking account, which is already the line of credit that you're out looking for. I stumbled upon this by mistake myself. I was playing around with my accounts online and found that I could transfer money from my credit card into my checking account. But then when I got my HELOC, they told me that I could link the credit card to the checking account as well, and it would serve as something like an overdraft protection that would protect me in the event an item came into my checking account to be paid and there was a zero balance or there wasn't enough money. Then it would pull it out of the credit card and pay the item in full. The point is to keep your checking account at a zero balance. You want your money working for you all the time. The way you do that is you keep your income constantly in a line somewhere that's keeping the interest off by keeping the balance low. That's the whole point. If we can save interest, we are literally saving ourselves money. So I hope this makes sense. I know that this is a deep subject. This is something that we are just not aware of. Like I said, I stumbled upon it myself by mistake, but if I can make you all aware of it and how to use it, some of you may have the line of credit that you're out looking for right now. Maybe you think you can't get a line of credit due to your credit score and you already have one. I hope that this is the case for you as well. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I have services listed below each video as well. I hope that this gives you an avenue to think on that maybe you haven't thought of before. It could be a game changer for your finances, and I hope it is. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.